G'day, welcome to this episode. Today I'm going to give the old spray booth a bit of a test run, and its main voyage is going to be painting some wheels, and I'm going to try and paint the 911 wheels. So let's get into it. Yeah, so I really haven't posted much on the 911 because the WB's been taking the show. And over the course of the last 6 months, I've got coilovers. I did have 19-inch wheels, which you saw, and lowered it. But unfortunately, the 19s was scrubbing, so I've gone back a few steps to go forward. And one of those steps is to put 17s back on it. But once you've gone to bigger 19-inch wheels, they never look as good going back again. So anyway, these are just Carrera 4s, 17-inch stock offsets and all that kind of stuff. So I just thought I'd get some 2-pack metallic gunmetal grey and just give them a once over and see if I can just bed them in a little bit more and make them look a bit nicer on the car. So it's also a good, easy case for me to test out the spray booth and also test out my skills. So I'm going to start off by just getting these wheels off. I've just got them back from being adjusted, so all the coilovers are pretty much ready to go. And so yeah, just going to take them off, start to sand them back, and then mask them up. So here we go. All right, so here are the wheels in question. I got these off Facebook Marketplace, all 4 wheels with tyres which are pretty much 90% traction. Got some gutter ash and things like that. These are just in between wheels, so I'm not overly fussed about them. And hence why I'm going to give them a paint. They're from a Carrera 4 narrow body, which is the same spec as this. This is a 98 996, but they may have come off a later model Carrera 4, but they're pretty much narrow bodies are the same as the C4S has a wider rear end. You can see compared to the 19s, they're shit. They're sitting right in. I don't particularly like them at all, but you know, you've got to do what you got to do until I can get the 18s that I really want. This will have to do. So anyway, I'll start by taking them off and then putting the old ones back on. Unfortunately, I don't have 4 jacks to mount the car there. So I'm going to have to flap around and put them back on. The car's filthy at the moment as well. Just had to drive it up dirt road with when it was raining. So anyway, we'll start by doing that. And yeah, once the wheels are off, we'll have a good look at them. Yeah, the front's there. I'm just going to start by taking or buffing the rears up, and I won't take it back to bare metal, but I'll just get rid of the gloss. So I'm just giving it a slight scuff up with some Scotch-Brite, maybe on the drum or just by hand, and get that back. Might pop the centre caps out. Actually, I won't. I'll just scuff them up and paint them over. Yeah, so let's do that. It's got some pretty bad gutter rush, but I'm not overly concerned about that. This is just an exercise in using the spray booth and 2-pack paint. So yeah, I'll start by rubbing these back and we'll go from there. Okay, so all 4 wheels are taped up. 2 on the table, 2 down here. I'm going to probably put them rest these against here. I was going to get the etch primer out and put it in the actual gun, but I've got a can here. I was thinking I might just etch them with the can lightly first, and then save myself getting a whole priming gun dirty. And then I'm going to use, I don't have an actual base coat gun unfortunately, so I'm just going to use the smaller gun that I haven't used as yet. And it's not really a base coat gun, but because it's smaller, it's got a finer mist anyway, so we'll give it a go and see what happens. So first I'll etch prime these and we'll go from there. my painting table is a disgrace at the moment, but gets the job done. Anyway, it's a couple of days past since I've sprayed these wheels, and let's go and have a look. I was going to put these wheels back on the Porsche, but I've decided after adjusting the coilovers that it's the 19s actually look better, and after going for a drive with them, there wasn't much difference in ride quality, so I've decided to keep the 19s on, and yeah, not put the 17s on. It's also 39 degrees today, and I wanted to get this episode out. So anyway, now for the reveal. Here we are. So really happy with the how they turned out. The paint colour. When I went into the paint store in Ballarat, I'm actually not going to mention it because the guy was an absolute flog. Yeah, I rushed through and I just chose out of a small little swatch panel and chose this sort of the gunmetal grey, but it's a darker gunmetal grey. It's by Veldspar, I think is how you pronounce it. And it is a one system, so a 2K obviously system, but it's the base and the clear in one. So that was just one application. So no base coat, no clear coat. And you know, I didn't high fill it, and because I just rushed it. This was an example of, you know, just getting it on, but it's taught me a lot because, you know, you can see that there where I've ground it, and these wheels are in bad nick anyway. With a high fill, you could sign all that out. So, as I said, I just wanted to get this on to see what they were like. These wheels are never going to be show wheels. They were just a test case, really. That's the only bad one. The rest are pretty much flawless anyway. So, I mean, there's gutter rash there. But, yeah, really happy with how they turned out. These are good wheels now. They've got Michelin Pilot Sports on the front and Nankangs, which are obviously not as good on the back, but they've got a lot of tread on them, and they are good secondary wheels to have. Yeah, so there we go. I am actually, as I mentioned, I'm not going to put them on the car because I'm happy with the 19s, but these were supposed to be my drive day car wheels so that I can have a little bit more meat, but it turns out I may have potentially found some GT3 MK1 wheels in black, which my mate Dan has got. He probably doesn't know as yet that I'm wanting to make an offer on them. So anyway, they would look great on the car. They're 18s. Really happy with the way the booth performed. It needs more suction, definitely. So I could probably do with another one of these. It cleared it, but it was certainly took its time. And if you're doing so I just did a couple of wheels and it got out of there. Yeah, look, I might amend that down the track, but for now, it's as you can see, it's done a bloody good job. And yeah, if I'd spent some more time in the prep, then these with high filled stuff, then this would be as good as you get out of a shop. So. Yeah, the smaller gun really was perfect for these wheels, and it was a $25 gun off eBay. So, you know, if I was to go and get a better gun, high fill, obviously my first time spraying 2-pack as well. So, you know, all these things, and it still came out bloody good. So yeah, you just, with those little extra amendments, you could really just refine it at extra 10% and get them absolutely flawless. So. All right, so that's it for this episode. As I mentioned, just wanted to get it out quickly and just to see how the booth performed. Really happy with the way it performed, and now it's on to the epoxy. So yeah, I aim to go and get the epoxy this week, and I'll have to wash all that back and off the etch primer and then give it a application. So yeah, that's it. I hope you got something out of this episode. As per usual, if you haven't subscribed yet and joined the journey, do so and click the button. Give us a thumbs up if you like this episode. And also, I haven't mentioned it, but I do have an Instagram account if you want to follow and see, you know, some shots as the build's progressing in between each episode, I usually post them up there, and that's Barnsey_builds, and that's the tag for that. So yeah, have a look and follow me on Instagram for all those updates as we go. So as per usual, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next one.